Hi, it's Dr. Doer. I don't do many videos where you're actually seeing my face, but this time it was really important. So, and I am prepared with a script for myself because I don't want to ramble. So I'm here with you by video today for three main purposes. The first is a sincere apology to all of my dear students. The second is heartfelt thanks to all of you. And the third is a few notes for the coming week. Okay, so first the apology, the most important part. So for the first time in my life, I can honestly say I took on too much. As educators, take note. This is something I think that we all do a little bit. But I definitely did it this time. And I chose to teach both sections of Content Lit because I did not want any of you to have an adjunct for the first hybrid version of this course. Unfortunately, the demands of this semester are proving to be beyond challenging for me, and I have not been able to attend to your work in the timely manner that I had planned on. I'm very disappointed and very frustrated by this, and I'm assuming that you're probably feeling similarly. My sincerest apologies. I'm determining the best way to manage going forward with all the roles and responsibilities that I have right now. And I really appreciate all of the patience and understanding that all of you are showing. Second, thank you. You have all been tremendously hardworking. You've been very engaged. You've been professional. And most importantly, no, not most importantly, but definitely importantly, is that you've also been really fun to work with already this semester. And you've been so patient with me thus far. And please know how much that I appreciate all of you and how much you've impressed me already this semester. I'm going to continue to work hard for all of you and trust that you will as well while I get all my to-dos straightened out. So now, a few notes for the coming week. So first, by Sunday, end of day, you're going to submit a draft. Remember, this is a draft of your themed unit overview so that I can take a look and give you some feedback. If the idea you've outlined looks great, I'm going to let you know and let you know that you can just go ahead and move forward, okay? If I think it might need some tweaking or it's going to be a little bit too hard, sorry, a little bit too hard for you or anything like that, just because I know the assignments really well, I'll provide some ideas or I'll ask you some questions to try to help you with that, okay? Second, I'm going to be making and posting a presentation by noon on Saturday to show you how to use resources, online resources, to gauge the readability of texts, which is part of text complexity that you've been reading about. Once you watch that, you'll be ready to do the whole class discussion board in which you share 3 texts and the Lexile levels of those 3 texts. They don't have to be anything to do with your unit or anything like that. This is just to practice with text complexity a little bit. And just 3 books that you know relatively well that you might have used in your teaching or you might have just liked that you've seen other teachers use in your certification grade levels. Third, you can definitely go on to items 18, 19, and 21 on your module to-do chart whenever you're ready. That has to do with rubrics. You don't have to wait for me to do anything. If you're ready to do that, then go ahead and do that. And again, with those 18, 19, and 21, you're reading a bit about rubrics and finding and printing a rubric for us to use in a seated class session, our seated class session next week. Item 20 is focused on preparing a rubric specifically for your authentic writing task. I created a step-by-step instructional PDF for you. I'll try to have a little video for that, but the PDF is really pretty self-explanatory. It's like step 1, do this, step 2, do this. And I just want you to preview that before you come to our seated class so that you already have that in your mind of how you're going to create, not necessarily how you're going to create that for your authentic writing task, but what my expectations are for that. Finally, you might remember that last week we went over how all of the unit assignments are connected. And I used some graphic organizers to walk you through how the different assignments were connected to the theme and whatnot. and I asked you to let that kind of percolate for a bit before asking questions. I'm going to create tonight, I'm hosting a whole class discussion board in Module 2 where you can put questions about any of the assignments for the unit. And I will either answer the questions there on the discussion board, or I'll prepare a response to share in our seated class for next week. Please know that when you're thinking of questions for the assignments, please know that I will be providing a much more detailed written instructions and templates and models throughout next week and the following week. But I just know that some of you might have some questions as you're trying to think through putting your unit into play. Okay. So again, thank you all, and I look forward to seeing you all next week, and happy Valentine's Day. Okay.